Hi, I'm here to talk about some advantages and disadvantages of social media. First, I will talk about the various advantages using social media brings us. The first is that it significantly enhances the quality of our current relationships. For me personally, this is very true, and I experience this every day. Because I'm in Lubbock, Texas, attending college at Texas Tech University, I am miles and miles away from my family and a couple of my best friends. I'm from Ruidoso, New Mexico, so I'm a state away. My best friend Emily goes to Abilene Christian University, and my other best friend Carson goes to Grand Canyon University in Arizona. So using social media to remain in touch is a very important part of my daily life. These are some of the most important people and relationships I have in my life, and social media allows me to maintain these important existing relationships. I use text messaging, Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, and FaceTime primarily to communicate with these people. I'm always Snapchatting my mom or sister, getting pictures of my cats that I miss so much, or scheduling FaceTimes with my best friends, Carson and Emily. Social media even allows me to better communicate with my boyfriend who lives in Lubbock. We still use texting and Snapchatting throughout the day to stay in touch, and that's an important extension of our relationship. So this brings me to my second positive point about social media, which is that EMC, also known as electronically mediated communication, can be just as satisfying as face-to-face interpersonal communication. This communication is just an extension of existing relationships, but sometimes it can be even more effective in that it lacks the distracting external cues that face-to-face communication has. A great example of this is how people are able to successfully find their spouse through online dating sites. EMC is in many cases extremely effective, and relationships can usually be taken out of the online context and into the in-person context easily. Now, the last advantage of social media that I will discuss is that it makes us much more likely and able to interact with people we do not know. Social media not only allows us to maintain existing relationships, but to also create new, enriched online interpersonal relationships. This type of vast access to new people is something our parents never experienced, and we just have it right at our fingertips to do this. It makes the global web and global relationships so much more interconnected and available to us. So now that I've brought up these three advantages, I will talk about the disadvantages of social media. The first is that people perceive online and instant messages as lower quality than face-to-face interactions. Comparing this to the first positive point about social media I talked about, I would agree in that it is much more satisfying to talk to my mom face-to-face and get to be with her in real life than to only be able to talk through social media and texting. I think this is something that many people resonate with. Though social media can come in handy and helps maintain relationships, social media can only get us so far and is in no way the same as face-to-face interactions. Now, the second disadvantage is that the presence of social media and smartphones in face-to-face conversations diminishes the quality of the interaction. So while social media helps us talk to people who are not physically with us, it can take away from the people who are with us in real life. Being on our phone makes us less effective when talking to someone in person. And this is a big downside to social media. I've definitely experienced this, and I'm sure many people have, and it's so annoying. When I'm trying to have a conversation with my boyfriend, and he's on Twitter or Instagram watching some sports video or some Fortnite video, it definitely takes away from the quality and the effectiveness of our communication and our interaction at the time. So now, the last disadvantage I will talk about is that too much time online or on social media can have an overall negative effect on our interpersonal communication skills. When we get so used to just communicating through EMC, it can be detrimental to our face-to-face, real-life communication skills. Social media can sometimes be the easy way to communicate bad news or something that's hard to say in person, but avoiding these kind of interactions in person takes away from our overall ability and skill of interpersonal communication. Ultimately, social media has both positive and negative effects, and it is important we talk about this and we are aware of the benefits and the harms social media presence brings. Thank you.